Hi, it's me again, and I'm back with another one of those ridiculous letters from the good people at TV licensing who think they can send you all this crap to try and scare you into paying for something you may very well not need. So I'm going to break this one down as usual, go through it and let you know how not scary it all is, just in case you've received it and you're a bit concerned. Let's have a look at the headline on this one, eh? We need to hear from you by a certain date, or this address will be treated as unlicensed. So I don't know who they think they are to be able to demand that you must talk to them before a certain date or you'll be classed as unlicensed. But the important thing here is this gentleman, look, his status is no license needed. He has told them he does not require a television license. And okay, he's got this letter because his no license needed declaration is about to expire. So they're saying you can renew this or you're going to be unlicensed. Now, he was unlicensed anyway because he didn't need a license. Why are you doing this in a threatening manner? This man has done everything right by telling you he doesn't require your services. He doesn't have to tell you, but he's chosen to. And now you're putting big red letters to try and scare him. It's not right, is it? We wrote to you recently about your no license needed declaration, which is due to expire on that date. We didn't hear from you and time is running out. Buy a TV license if you need one or renew your no license needed declaration. Yeah, well, they put that the wrong way round, didn't they? Surely they should just say, don't waste any more time, you need to renew your no license needed declaration. No, the first point of call they went to was buy a TV license if you need one. It doesn't even need to be there, does it? The gentleman obviously knows what he's doing, and that's why he could file a no license needed exemption. He doesn't need you trying to give him the hard sell. Just a simple reminder. You don't have to write it in a threatening manner. Just put, your no license needed exemption is expiring very soon. Would you like to renew it? You don't have to renew it, but we'd like it. We'd like it if you did. If you do neither and ignore this letter, your address will be treated as unlicensed. This means that we may have to open an investigation and schedule a visit to your address. We will also continue writing to you. So whilst they're not trying to demand money with menaces here, they're still making demands of you with menaces. Do what we tell you to do, or we will send the boys round and we will harass you. Look, we will also continue writing to you. Harassment. If you ignore this letter, we may have to open an investigation. An investigation into what? He doesn't need a television license. He took the time to tell you he doesn't need a television license. So what investigation is it that you're opening? I don't understand. Please explain. And schedule a visit to your address. Do what we say, or we will send the boys round. So even when it's an innocent letter trying to get you to renew your no license needed declaration, which you didn't have to do in the first place, they're still threatening you. They're still threatening. It's just ingrained in them. Whoever writes these letters is probably, having some troubles at home, I would imagine. 1 in 8 people we've spoken to on a doorstep to check their no license needed claim did actually need a license. Yeah, I've seen those figures before, and I'm not sure how much of the figures I believe, but what you've got to remember is when they get doorstepped by the goons or the enforcement officers, as they like to call themselves, these people earn commission. So they're incentivized to sell a license or to trip you up into saying something you shouldn't be doing. It's things like that, This is what they do. They do it day in and day out, and they're better at this than you could ever be because it's what they do for a living. So they'll get you to say something, trip you up, and then they'll say, look, you've said something now, so you're going to get prosecuted and get a £1,000 fine, or you can buy a license off me right here. Or sometimes people have let them in, which is something you should never ever do, and they've been stitched up that way. Either, the TV wasn't properly disconnected from the antenna, even though they weren't watching anything as it's being broadcast, it wasn't disconnected properly, and the goon has switched it on, and BBC's come up, and that's it, you're knackered. So never ever let them in. I don't condone watching stuff you shouldn't be watching without a television license. I really don't. But never let them in and do not talk to them. Whether you do this form or not to let them know you don't require a television license, you may still get a visit because these people earn commission. They're door-to-door salesmen. They're not going to not knock on your door just because you said you don't need something, are they? It doesn't work like that. They want to try and give you the hard sell. Double glazing salesmen see you've got double glazing, but they'll still knock on your door, won't they? So that's how these people work. So just do not talk to them. It's okay to not talk to them. They're only door-to-door salespeople. They might call themselves enforcement officers, don't have any powers or anything like that. So if you open one, it says TV license, you get that door shut immediately. Don't say anything. Don't sign anything. Let them toddle off. Now, the other thing I want to talk about here is the no license needed declaration. I've said in the past, it's good to do it. You should fill out the no license needed declaration because it gives them the numbers of the people who are telling them they don't need a TV license, and it's making this fight bigger. And I still do stand by that. I still think that's the best way to build the numbers. But if they don't know who you are, you shouldn't tell them. You don't want them having any of your details. So I'm moving soon, and they won't know I'm at that address, and I will not be renewing my no license needed declaration. I will just be blanking them. It won't be getting renewed because I don't want them knowing where I live. You know, they know where I was at the old address. That's fine. Whatever. They won't be knowing that I'm at the new address. So now I don't know if this guy is going to renew his no license needed declaration or not. I might follow up with him actually to find out. But if it was me, I wouldn't be renewing it anymore. If you've had a license in the past, they already have your details. There's no harm in doing it. They already know who you are and they know you're at that address. So there's no harm in doing it. And it does, you know, give us bigger numbers in the fight. And it's that number we need to grow. But I think people being classed as unlicensed is just as powerful a number now. But the main point here is if you get this, don't be scared of it. There's not going to be an investigation. They might still send someone round whether you've got no license needed declaration or you're just ignoring them. You're not going to stop that because they're salesmen trying to earn a commission. It will cut down on the letters if you do it, but then they still think it's okay to send you a threatening letter like that. So you can't win. You can't win, can you? It's scummy tactics, and I just can't agree with it. I really can't. So what do you think about this letter? I mean, I think they started off trying to be nice, and then they just went back to being as disgusting as they always are. Now, let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching.